everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Shauna and welcome to Shauna's World. Yay! How's everybody doing? Okay, guys, so it is not that early. It's about 10 o'clock, which is pretty good. So I'm up, of course, and I'm ready to go. As you all see, I'm not going to go to the gym, but I'm going to play tennis today. So that's a fitness experience. And trust me, it is a big fitness experience because you literally use every part of your body, which is actually good because going into a fitness studio, it's more artificial. But however, yes, so I'm getting ready. And yeah, the other day I didn't quite make it into the fitness studio. But, you know, it's okay. The idea, the thought was there. The intention was there. So I'm not mad at myself. I'm pretty consistent when it comes to, you know, when I get something going and I get it going. I really stick to it. I think I do show a lot of discipline in that aspect now. As far as, like I said, losing weight and stuff, it's it's going to be a slow process, which is okay. I think it's good. I don't think it's healthy to lose weight really quick and go starve yourself and then, you know, lose the weight and then it comes back real quick because you lost it quick. You know what I mean? So I'm totally okay. I'm gonna cut myself some breaks and not be too harsh on myself and know that yeah, I'm not looking too bad for a 50-year-old. Not too big. So anywho, so guys, I was sleeping a good old sleep, and then of course I always have, most of the time I have my phone running, YouTube running on, and I'll have some videos on it. So I was hearing the story about Wendy Williams. I know how crazy and ironic that is. And I was listening to this one vlogger who actually did the same vlog for Jada Pinkett. If you guys didn't check that video out, check it out because, like I said, I have a new opinion about Jada. I think she's alright. She's alright, girl, and I think she definitely needs her flowers because she has definitely contributed to the movie industry, acting, talent, just a strong woman who knows what she wants. And it's just a shame that, yeah, that she gets this, you know, she's a narcissist. I totally get this woman. But however, today's not Jada, today is Wendy Williams. Yeah, Wendy Williams. I found her interview to be extremely interesting. Yes. First of all, I was listening to a bit of her documentary. It was in my sleep, by the way. But I was totally aware. I could hear everything, and I just found her life quite interesting, of how she grew up and her success. And I just find it so amazing. I think it's so amazing when, you know, especially people in the entertainment industry, you know, I see why they are where they are today, you know, because they just found who they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do in life, you know. And this girl definitely had talent. Woman, she has talent, and I still say she has talent. You know, it's just a pity the direction that it went to. She was in an abusive relationship for a very, very, very long time. And I personally think that she can be absolutely lucky that her husband decided to go off and have an affair. And of course it was hurtful, but their relationship was obviously extremely toxic. And They were just bad for one another. So it was good that it happened the way it did. It's just unfortunate that that I think because Wendy had substance abuse problems, I think her ex, Kelvin, was more like her drug, because he was abusive. He was extremely abusive, but not physically, according to her words. He was mentally abusive, verbally abusive, which to me is the worst. However, she's a really interesting woman. I mean, just how she developed. She was, this vlogger went into detail talking about how she grew up and how she was an outcast, and you know, she just didn't have, you know, she didn't have that confidence, but she was smart. She found her calling through radio. I think radio and broadcast, that was her major. She started working at different radio stations, and I was just looking at some of her old footage, you know, when she was, you know, interviewing some of the rap stars, because that was her thing. I didn't listen to her back then, so I didn't even know who she was, but a lot of people knew who she was, you know, and yeah, I mean, we're just listening to her. I got a little bit teary-eyed because, you know, she was just so, wow, she's a person who never, I don't think she ever really changed. She was just very confident, and she found her calling. You know, she did what she did best, which was gossip. You know, she just let it all out, you know, and people either liked her or didn't like her. But I think a lot of people liked her because she was just being herself. She wasn't being anybody else. You know who she reminded me of? She reminded me a lot of, and they said that she was compared to this guy, although he was quite obnoxious. I don't know if anybody listened to Howard Stern, but he was real obnoxious. I mean, she wasn't that bad as he was. Also, a little bit of Joan Rivers. I think we all remember Joan Rivers. I mean, that woman she just really, I mean, she was also really obnoxious. She just really let it out, almost to the point that it was extremely hurtful. And even though, Wendy Williams was also quite blunt and very straightforward on the radio, a lot of people didn't like that. I mean, I think she just told a lot of people's business, and they just didn't like that, you know. She just let it all out, and I think that's what really made her popular. She was just natural. She was just being herself, and yeah, because of that, she also had a lot of enemies, but I think also at the same time, people liked her because of her honesty and because she just put it out there and put people's business out there. I mean, that's how she made her living, which is with Howard Stern and Joan Rivers. I mean, I don't know, they also put out of it, but they were just obnoxious. They just said anything. I think it was just more like, let me get the attention. I don't know. I listened to it, but I was just like, no, I did not like Howard Stern at all. Not at all. Can't compare them to. I don't even know how people compared her to Howard Stern. Joan Rivers, okay. I like I said, I would see her more being Joan Rivers, although she wasn't that cutthroat. I mean, Joan was she really let it out. She really had no boundaries. I mean, didn't put a thought behind it. I mean, I think sometimes her words were also quite hurtful, but in that aspect, I would say Wendy was kind of like on that, but she still had her own flair and her own taste. And I don't know, when I used to watch, I mean, when she did get popular and she got her own TV show, the Wendy Williams show, I just thought it was kind of fun. I mean, back then, it was just kind of cute. You know, she would come out there and she was just so straightforward and, you know, just opened the doors, didn't have nothing to hide. And I think that's why people liked her, because she was just, you know, she felt like she didn't have to hide anything. You know, she told people, look, I'm wearing a wig. This is what I'm wearing, you know, and it was just so cool. She put everything out there, so she didn't leave too much space of you trying to put her down. You know, I guess because how she grew up, you know, she was saying that she was teased because of her being overweight and not really being the ideal looking woman or girl back then. You know, she was saying how she never went to a prom. I never did either, so I don't miss it either. I mean, who wanted to go to a prom anyway? The closest I came to a prom was I put a dress on and then took a picture, and then, you know, and I thought, yay, this is the prom look. Okay, that's cool. But I didn't necessarily need the prom experience. Like some people are like, oh my gosh, the prom experience, that was so like necessary. But however, yeah, getting back on topic. So I think that really contribute to a lot of who she is today. And that's why she built her confidence up by just talking and just being herself. And she was saying how she had to fake it until she made it, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. Listening to her, like I said, I got a little bit teary-eyed because I saw that she was really in her element, you know, looking at her old footage, and I just thought, wow, that's so cool, you know. I just, like I said, I hate that, you know, she had to turn out, or her circumstances turned out the way that they did, you know, her downfall. And I would say a lot of it had to do with her husband. I think he really hurt her. I mean, I know he really hurt her a lot. But like I said, their relationship was so toxic that actually it was good that it came to, you know, that it happened the way it did. Because, yeah, I think that was almost like her, blanket, her cushion, you know, to have this guy. Apparently, you know, her ex was extremely abusive, not just to her, but also to the staff on her TV show, because he was also her manager. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys ever watched her show. I enjoyed it. I mean, I just felt like it was so cool for her to come on, and, you know, there was like this upbeat, you know, and she was just like that type of woman. And I think that's another reason why, you know, she was so popular. She was just so relatable in that aspect. You know, she was bougie, just let it all out, talking. But on the other hand, you know, she's the type of person that I think you can hang out with her and just really like, okay, give me the tea. Let me hear this about this person, you know. And I don't know, I thought it was so cute when she would come out with, how you doing? You know, everybody was doing that back in the early 2000s. How you doing? You know, and, you know, she was just so original. So, it was really interesting to listen about or listen to this vlogger talk about her life. And also I watched, or I listened to an interview. This is all, mind you, while I was somewhat half asleep. What's his name? DJ Sus. I'm going to put the link at the bottom, so if you guys are interested in listening to him interview her, you know, she was also very open in this interview, talking. Yeah, I mean, she basically just put it all out there. There's a Lifetime movie about her as well, so I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check out the name of it. And when I find it, I'll also link that below. Perhaps you can find it on the internet. And I think it'll be interesting just to see, you know, who she is, and, you know, and yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how she was portrayed in this movie. Her relationship with her ex also reminds me like the modern day Ike and Tina Turner. I mean, I see him really as her pimp, you know, and I really feel bad because, I mean, he took everything, pretty much most from her. I think he stole a lot of her, I don't know, maybe youth. I don't know, no, that's not really right. I shouldn't say he stole a lot of her youth. I think he took a lot from her as far as money-wise, and took a lot of her pride away, should I say. Probably made her feel a certain type of way when he had his affair. And I could, you know, listening to this interview from which DJ Sus did with her, you know, she was talking about how hurt she was when she found out that he was cheating on her. And then plus, you know, he went out and had a baby with this woman, and then basically they were living off her cost, you know, and I just felt so bad for her. You know, he took a lot from her. You know, I see him as a modern day pimp, honestly. You know, according to her and how he treated her staff. I mean, he would come out and he would berate the people. He was just awful. You know, I know there's always two sides to the story, but it was just too many people were saying the same thing about this guy. So there's obviously some truth behind it. I don't know. I think, you know, after her leaving a divorce, I think it really broke her a lot. It's a pity that she didn't, you know, she didn't get or meet with the person that really loved and cared for her. I believe this guy just saw her as a money cow, saw her talent, and just exploited it and abused her. You know, they were saying how he abused her everywhere, out in the opening, behind a closed door. I mean, he was terrible to everybody. And I don't know, these people, I mean, yeah, he might be having or living his, I guess, best life, you know, but I do believe in karma. People do get what they deserve. So yeah, unfortunately, he might think he has gotten away with what he did, but I believe that will come back on him. And as far as Wendy's concerned, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, maybe she was very negative, you know, during her talk show. She often predicted that a lot of people would perhaps not make it or whatever. I think that also has to do, maybe the reason why she was negative with other relationships was because she herself was living negativity within her relationship. I mean, apparently, I mean, this guy was, I mean, she was getting abused really 24 hours a day. I mean, because they worked together, they lived together, you know, they were a family, so she never really got away from it. So I do believe that it will rub off on you at some point, even though you might not want it to rub off on you. You know, so, I don't know. I'm not condoning what she did was great, you know, but I'm just, you know, looking at the circumstances, you know, maybe she didn't see any positivity in other people's relationship. Maybe she knew some things that we didn't know, you know, because a lot of people like to put off like, oh, we're so happy. And then, you know, 2 or 3 years later, or even let it be 10, 20 years later, you find out, oh, it wasn't like what we thought it was, you know, so, and people perhaps see it as negative because they're like, oh, you're already jinxing, you know, maybe she saw things. I mean, that whole scene, that glamour scene, you know, I don't think it's all cut out, you know, it's not all glam like people think it's glam. You know that saying, all that glitters isn't really gold. So I don't know. I just liked her energy, you know, as far as, you know, she just seems so down to earth, and yeah, like I said, I just found it a pity, you know, where she is today. And, you know, she was saying how her ex had her committed a few times, put her away, you know, trying to make her crazy. To me, he sounded like he really was a big narcissist. Yes, a narcissist. Because he really, he tried to make her crazy, which probably, in fact, he was probably the crazy one. He was the one who probably needed to be in the insane home or whatever, because he was so busy trying to make everybody else crazy. And I just saw something, was it a few weeks ago, where she was online and she was talking about how she didn't have any access to any of her money, that all her accounts have been shut down, or not really shut down, but the banks won't allow her access. So I don't know if her ex had anything to do with that or not. I don't know. I just find it a pity. I hope she, you know, a lot of people say that the Wendy show is over, but perhaps she'll come back in another way. You know, I think if you're always a star, you'll always be a star. You know, everybody who gets up that high might have a downfall, but if you're meant to be up there, you'll find your way back up. That's what I believe. And listening to her interview from this DJ, so she was talking about, yeah, she did mention the fact that she didn't really want to go back to television, but how she found more joy now in teaching. And I thought, wow, that's beautiful. And she wants to teach young kids. She wants to be a professor. I think that's what I understood, in journalism, or teaching journalism to the young crowd. So I thought, wow, that's cool. You know, she was like, I'm probably not going to make as much, although I do want to, you know, earn something, because I have a certain lifestyle that I want to live. And I totally get that, you know. She does what she can do to keep up her lifestyle. Or, I don't know. She said that she would find more joy in giving back now. So I think that's a beautiful thing, you know. A lot of people who get up that high don't know when to stop, you know. I think at one point you got to pass the torch on, and all that was given to you, you have to give back at one point, you know. So I think it's a beautiful thing that, you know, she feels as though she's gotten to this place where, okay, my time is over, but not really over. You know, I'm going to blossom in other things, and I'll blossom in the way that I can, you know, get back. And I can definitely see her doing that. I can definitely see her as being a teacher and being a mentor for somebody. Yeah, I wish her all the best, and I really do hope that she finds her way. I don't see her as a villain. I see her as more as a person who got involved with the wrong guy, honestly. And he might have helped her get to that point, you know, as far as, I don't even know if he really helped her, because I think, you know, almost like a Ike and Tina Turner type of situation. Ike saw Tina's talent and did everything in his power to abuse her. I mean, and physically abuse her by, you know, and mentally as well. So he was just bad. And I think it's kind of the same with Wendy. However, Wendy didn't get quite out of it like Tina did. Tina was way stronger. I mean, wow. Hat off for Tina Turner, because what she did, she left everything behind. Everything. She let that guy have everything. And what happened to Ike? He didn't fly. He didn't go anywhere, because he knew where the real talent was. I mean, it was so crazy. There was this interview she was talking about. I don't think it's all cut out like everybody thinks it is. There's a price you pay, you know, and there are a lot of fake people too, you know, so I don't know. I thought I would share my little opinion about that. I found that very interesting because I was sleeping once again and then, you know, heard the story about Wendy Williams and I just thought, wow, she was really good at what she did. And she, I know she made a lot of people happy, you know, just, you know, her coming out on the stage and she was just so, yeah, just down to earth, just like a person that you just wanted to hang out with, you know, like, girl, come on over, let's talk. You know, did you hear about such and such? You know, she was one of those type of persons. So I don't know. I could see her doing that with teaching. Come on over here, let me tell y'all a story. Well, this is how this went down. Da, 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 da. And I think she would make class so interesting. However, okay, so I'm gonna get this makeup going and yeah, I am definitely gonna play tennis. So that is going to be, today is going to be my losing weight journey, day 46. Yes, I got the number right, 46. It is 46, guys, 46. And even though I did not have a losing weight journey on day 45 and I didn't make it to the gym, the intentions was there. It's just that was so nice. And sometimes when I get to talking to my daughter, and sometimes I'm just like blah 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 blah, and then I get comfortable. The weather was nice and I thought, okay, you know, there are some exceptions. And then I just happened to, you know, we just happened to be downtown and I stopped by Zara. I like Zara. Zara is a really cool place to, I like to shop there. I like the fact that their clothes look so elegant and so trendy, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can still stay in trend and don't have to put out a lot of money, you know? And they got like pieces where I would say that, okay, you can wear them in the next 10 years, you know? They have some good pieces. Or if you want to stay in trend and not have to put out all the money, you know, in that trend, you can do that as well. And I think that is definitely the key to Zara, even more so than H&M. Although I like H&M too. I mean, H&M has been going to H&M forever. I mean, since I've been living in Europe, when I discovered H&M, I was just like, yes, this is so cool because it's affordable. And yeah, you can stay trendy and cute. And then when you're done with it, you can chuck it to the side and not have a bad feeling, you know, whereas if you go out and buy some of these designer pieces and chuck it to the side, you're going to be like, shoot, I can't believe I spent all that money. And now I don't even like this piece, you know, a few months later, you know? So yeah. yeah, so I couldn't resist. We were downtown, and yeah, when I go downtown, I always have to take a peek in the Zara and see what they have. Like I said, they always have some cute things. And at the moment, what's really trendy is this 60s look. I mean, it's Emilio Pucci, you know, with the bright colors. And when I think of Emilio Pucci, I like to compare him to Picasso, because he's like the Picasso with the designs on clothes back in the 60s. You know, I mean, nobody could do it like him, you know, with his colors and the forms and stuff. So, however, that's like really in trend now in Zara. Not so much by H&M, but by Zara. I'm over that look, so I don't want to do that again. I've been there. I had a few pieces from Emilio Pucci out of my vintage collection when I had a vintage shop. So, yeah, I've been there, done that. I'm not really trying to go there again with those colors. Yeah, so, anywho, guys, I'm going to mosey on and hurry up and get outside. Today is beautiful. The weather is awesome. The sun is shining. Yes. So, yeah. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I would love to hear your comments. How do you guys feel about Wendy Williams? Did you grow up with her? Did you listen to any of her shows? Some of her talk shows, radio, podcast shows back in the days? How do you find her? You think she's obnoxious? Yeah, I would love to hear your opinion about her. Very woman, I feel she is, and she was just being who she is. So, however, love to hear your comments. Oh, and if you'd like to hear more from me, subscribe. Yes, I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to upload videos every day. Okay, not really every day, but maybe every other day. So, yeah, if you'd like to hear more from me, yeah, subscribe. I would really like that. Anywho, okay, guys, I'm gonna carry on, so don't go nowhere. I'm gonna finish putting my makeup on, and then yes, I'm gonna go play some tennis. I will show you all how I play tennis. I know you've seen some of my other videos. If not, you can check them out. I have other videos where I am playing tennis. I like tennis. Tennis is a good sport. So anyway, okay, guys, see you in a bit. And don't